Namaste, Jai Bharat. Reportedly, the Ayatollah of Iran, the present Ayatollah Khomeini, is very badly sick. We have no other information in detail, but he's unwell. And the report also says that his next person is already more or less decided. The next Ayatollah is apparently his second son. So there's a possibility of a regime change in Iran. But with all these things, if the regime change in Iran, my question is it possible that there can be a regime change into democracy? Iran. It's logically possible that there can be a regime change into democracy because one can trust the people of Iran. They are neither foolish nor that emotional. Once they go back to democracy, it should sustain. Somehow the Shah was removed by the Ayatollah. These two things happened. And the Ayatollah's regime was going back to the Islamic ways, way back in time. And Islam, in general, I don't think the people of Iran would relish it. They would definitely want to be more free and more interacting with the rest of the world in an open kind of manner. So this is simply a possibility, but it should be good for the world in general, because we have seen the Ayatollah regime in Iran have created multiple proxy army which function practically as terrorists. The Hamas is one, the Hezbollah is two, the Houthis is three, and there are many more. So they were spending much of their exchequer to do this also. That the money which they spent on terrorism should have gone to the people of Iran, and they would have been much more comfortable than what they are today. I don't say this, in spite of all these things, they're still comfortable people, but this would have made them richer. It's not that they are suffering, but then it should have made them richer and much more comfortable. They should have been in a position to make bargains with others as well on the economic front. And I don't think that, again, there will be topsy-turvy once they go back to the Shah's rule, which must be having some kind of democratic inclination. They would not change, I don't think. But if you compare Iran with Pakistan, nothing is predictable with Pakistan. Things keep changing because each individual is very unruly. They don't go by any rules. For each one, they create their own laws and rules, and they have also created their own kind of Islam. Each individual makes his own kind of Islam, his own version of Islam, his own understanding of Islam. And that's why when this so-called Dr. Zakir Naik, who was ousted from Bharat, went there, and this version of Islam contradicted their version of Islam, and they were fed up with this guy. So there can be a lot of turbulence and difficulties in Pakistan. The same thing goes to Pakistan, but not in case of Iran, and also by and large not in case of Afghanistan. If these people go to a more kind of liberal routes, liberalism, democracy or other, if they go to more kind of liberal rules, that should sustain. Though it happened in Afghanistan the other way around, from Taliban they went to democracy and then again they went back to Taliban, maybe because they had some problems with the democracy, that's why I don't know. We don't know in details, but it's possible that they will go back to a kind of liberal system. And Iran can also go to a liberal system, quite possible. But you just can't expect the same thing from Pakistan. They are doomed to be under this kind of monstrous rules because each one believes that he is autonomous. Actually, there is no autonomy of individual. Each one assumes and presumes and creates fantasies and thinks that he is right and his own ways of understanding, and then he's not prepared to listen to anyone else. That's the example I give. Zakir Naik came, then they didn't accept him because Zakir Naik's version of Islam doesn't go with these people's kind of Islam. It's funny also, and unfortunate also, whatever. So there's a possibility of a regime change in Iran. And if that happens, I don't know, but I'm just telling you if that happens, that will be good for the world in general and very good for the nation, Iran in particular, because they will be much more comfortable. The liberal society, of course. So let's hope that the society shall turn into a liberal society in Iran with a possible regime change at the instance of the Israel attack. Israel is helping them, I should say. So we'll meet again with some other thoughts. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.